there, Mandy. If you're new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I'm so excited to have you along with me on my life transformation. I am on day 34. I can't believe I've made it this far. And I've had a lot of requests recently for me to talk about exactly what I did last month because I experienced some pretty dramatic weight loss. I lost 12 pounds, which is 5.5-ish kilos. It's a lot of weight and it came off very quickly, and I'm still actually losing weight at about the same pace. We'll see. My next weigh-in is coming up this coming Tuesday. Today is Saturday, but I want to talk really quickly about what I have been doing to lose weight so quickly and to feel good so quickly, because I do a lot of different kinds of things. But number one is accountability. I think it's really important to stay accountable. So I actually downloaded this great little app called Lose It. It's pretty simple. It scans all your food. It records all of your food. And this has just helped me really get an idea of how healthy or unhealthy I may be. And I record every single thing I put in my mouth for better or worse. Because let's face it, sometimes I just don't eat as healthy as I should, even though I'm trying really hard. But I do record everything that I put on there. And I also think it's really important to find yourself an awesome support network. I have some really close friends of mine that are on this transformation with me, and it just makes the journey more fun, more interesting. It kind of opens it up to this community. So get yourself a community, even if that community is YouTube. I want to talk about water. I drink a lot of water. And I started drinking more water. I was definitely a diet soda addict, and I cut soda completely out of my diet. I started replacing it with 100% pure natural water, and it was really difficult for me to quit soda and sugary drinks, but I did it. And every single glass of water I have, I put this in it. This is grapefruit essential oil. Some people like lemon, some people like lime, some people like orange. I prefer grapefruit, which is a great natural appetite suppressant, and grapefruit essential oil actually does not interfere with medications in the way that sometimes grapefruit does. So that's a cool little fact about grapefruit. But I drink grapefruit water all day, every day, and it really does help curb my appetite. In the morning when I wake up, I also have a cup of tea. I drink all different kinds of tea. This is my favorite. It's peppermint. And I drink that in the morning because it just, I feel like, kind of boosts my metabolism and gets me going. And I drink tea as a great alternative, especially if I don't quite feel full after a meal. But that's another thing that I do every single day. I take some supplements. I love doTERRA's Lifelong Vitality Pack. I know everybody kind of has their own favorite supplement, but this is mine. It comes in 3 bottles. This is your Alpha CRS, which is just basically for cell regeneration. This one is called Microplex, which is just a multivitamin, basically. And this one is your E Omegas. Right now, I'm only taking a half dose because I feel like a full dose of this is pretty powerful. So I start on a half dose and then kind of build my way up from there. But this gives me crazy amounts of energy. It pumps me up. It gets me through the hardest parts of this. And I do feel better because I do think supplements are important, and I'm really pro supplement, especially when you're trying to lose weight. Just doing these particular Lifelong Vitality Pack, this supplement system alone has been a huge help for me. But I also take every other evening a probiotic. I don't take one every day because sometimes I feel like it causes digestive issues for me. So I do take one every other day. This is my favorite. This is PB Assist Plus, and it's really cool. It works really, really well. It's better than any probiotic I've ever taken. So I do take that every other day. I do not consume any gluten. I have celiac disease. I think it's important that people know that, because when you're going through your own kind of lifestyle transformation, I legitimately cannot have gluten because I have an autoimmune disease. However, I do also think that it's important sometimes to quit eating gluten because a lot of these gluten-y foods are processed foods. I don't eat those anyway, so if you decided you wanted to do the exact same thing that I'm doing, you would have to cut gluten from your diet: wheat, barley, and rye. I do sometimes have gluten-free bread. I only usually have one starchy, like obvious carbohydrate a day, and I do it in the morning. I eat the same thing for breakfast every single day. If you don't believe me, I'll post pictures. Here they are. 1, 2, 3, 4, same thing every day. But I'm a creature of habit. I really like the consistency, but I do not eat any gluten in my diet. I also try really hard to control the amount of sugar that I eat, and that is the hardest battle for me, hands down. I am straight up addicted to sugar. I love it. I have awesome dreams about it because I miss it so much. But I will say, barring the first 5 days when I was going through a pretty heavy detox, I do feel better off sugar. And I do eat fruit. I eat sugar and fruit and natural sugars. Sometimes I'll have honey with my tea, but I try really hard to stay away from processed sugar. And that is a huge, huge part of this challenge. And I think it's going to be ongoing for me basically the whole time. I have to really, really watch how much sugar I allow myself to consume. And I also really watch my sodium. My blood pressure is really high. And the crazy thing is since I started this, I am on a crazy dose of blood pressure medication. People would die if they knew, because I'm super young, but my blood pressure is so high. So I do try to watch my sodium intake also. Sometimes I think people, if they can't have sugar and they're trying to diet, they'll go out and get these diet kinds of meals, which I think is okay, but it's important to watch the sodium amount, because you would be surprised. Sometimes to keep the flavor up, they'll just pack that stuff with sodium. And sodium makes you retain water, it brings your heart rate up, it causes issues with your blood pressure. But the cool thing is I actually had to go in and get my blood pressure medication lowered because my blood pressure is too low. And that was the first time in forever. It was the best moment ever, I gotta tell you. So, salt intake, sugar intake, obviously no sodas or sugary drinks, and no gluten. That is the gist of what I have done to achieve where I'm at. Now, I did not regularly exercise. I did irregularly exercise my first month, but I did not regularly exercise. And some of that's just because I felt with diet and exercise, just putting those together so fast, I was doing too much. So I did exercise twice a week my very first month. This month, obviously, I kicked it way into high gear. I've exercised every day of my second month so far, and it has been horrible. It's been really challenging for me to get my body back on track. I try not to go overboard, but I have been exercising every day this month, and it's really because I want to keep my weight loss consistent, but also just like dieting, I want to put my body in the zone of exercise. So that's what I'm going to do this month. It's really just a lot of whole foods, a lot of healthy foods, a lot of staying away from processed foods. I don't consume fast food. I try not to buy anything that comes in a big box. And I keep my I do restrict calories. I don't think I'm gonna do that forever, but in the beginning I really felt like I had to, just so I could kind of gauge where I was really at as far as how many calories I was consuming. So I do stay at 1,500 calories a day, and I am losing like crazy fast. And it's been going really, really great. But if you guys have questions about what I'm doing, or you want to hear more about what I'm doing, or if you'd like some of my recipes or anything, please put a comment down below and I will do my best to get to them as fast as I can. I'm so, 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 so happy you're with me on this journey. It makes me feel less alone. I know it's crazy to say, but like, having people who are doing this with me, who I can learn from, who I can grow from, is just such a huge help. So thank you so much for being part of my community. I love it so much. Anyway, wish me luck. I'm gonna go exercise right now because I haven't done it today, even though I know that I should. I'm gonna do it before dinner. I'm gonna commit myself. I'm really, really excited for what the future holds, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.